this whole video is just gonna be me saying I'm very, very excited. We have a massive, and I mean massive, makeup haul today, okay, you guys? I just recently went to the United States, and for those of you that have been around here before, you know that Australia doesn't really get a lot of new makeup releases and America gets all of them. And American Sephora and Ulta, or just makeup shopping in general in America, is like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for makeup lovers. So yes, I bought way more makeup than one person needs. But I did ask you guys if you wanted to see a haul, and you said yes. So here we are, we're doing it. Now, let's do the YouTubey things. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's just get straight into it. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things. One, I haven't filmed in a couple of weeks because I have been on vacation, you may or may not know, so I'm a little bit rusty. I just recently went to the United States. I went to Vegas and Hawaii, and I got married. That is on my community tab if you want to see photos, etc. This makeup look is the exact makeup I wore on my wedding day. I just filmed a like wedding makeup day, get ready with me Q&A kind of video. So that one will be up the very next video after this one. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see it, subscribe. But yeah, this is coming, but this is the exact makeup I wore on my wedding day if you're interested. So none of these products are going to be listed down below because they're all going to be in the next video that's up after this one, okay? It's coming, don't you worry, pretty little face. Secondly, this is a makeup haul, okay? So if you're someone that doesn't want to see someone who has gone shopping and purchased things, this isn't the video for you. And that's okay if it's not the video for you, but it's just, don't watch it if it's going to make you upset, you know what I mean? Because I know hauls can be a little bit of a contentious point for people. Secondly, I bought a lot of makeup, you guys. I bought a lot of makeup. I find a fine line, you guys, between not having to justify myself because it's my life and my money, but also not making anyone feel bad about the fact that I have been saving and working my ass off to buy the makeup that I want and not making them feel bad. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm not trying to flaunt it or anything like that or say you need any of these things. This is just what I bought, you know? Okay. Now there is a lot, like I said, so strap on in. It's going to be a really long video, I promise you, because I did buy a lot. Like I said, I went to Vegas and Hawaii. And I went to like every single Sephora that I came across. And y'all are so lucky. God, you guys have no idea how lucky you have it in America when it comes to makeup shopping specifically. Ooh, the things that you guys have available to you, it's like insane to me. We don't have any of this in Australia. I did have some rules for myself. I wasn't allowed to buy anything that I could easily get in Australia or easily get shipped to Australia. So if it was easily available in my country, I wasn't allowed to purchase it because it's like unreasonable, right? I can just get it whenever. Oh, I also have a couple of orders that I did order before I went away, like things that got released before I went away and then they came in while I was away. So I'll go through those as well. Let's do the orders that I made before I went, and then let's get into the stuff that I did over there. That makes sense? Okay, so what I purchased before I went, I did order the Melt Cosmetics Gemini palettes, so Gemini 1 and Gemini 2. I am very excited to use these. They only came in like the other day too. So these took ages. Actually, no. Yeah, no, I think these took ages to come in the mail. But anyway, I ordered these from meltcosmetics.com, and the reason why I didn't wait until I went to Sephora over there actually to pick them up and I did get them shipped was because Melt Cosmetics had, this is Gemini 1, Melt Cosmetics had 20% off. So I got these for a really good price, and I knew I wouldn't get that over there. So I was like, and it was like free shipping, I think, as well. I've never tried Melt before, so I'm very keen to give these a go and have a play around. So this is Gemini 2. I love the color scheme of both of these, and I'm surprised these are so much like bigger than I thought. I didn't think these were going to be as big. I don't know why I envisioned these being like small palettes, and they're heavy, like they're luxe feeling. This whole packaging, this whole experience feels very luxe and beautiful. The packaging's gorgeous. And the color stories, you know, there's greens in there, so it's all for me. The other thing I forgot to mention at the start was, let me know what videos you want to see down below and when you want to see them. And basically the product that's mentioned the most is like what order I'll go in and filming them. But yeah, just let me know what videos you want to see. Pretty please. And should I just do a heap of like testing new makeup videos, or should I do like full like specific product reviews? You let me know what you want to see. Other products that I got in my Melt order was actually these two liners. Yeah, eyeliners. One is the pencil in the color olive, like the new eye pencils. I just really liked this color. And I also picked up like the mustard gel eyeliner, which this is called Cultura, which honestly I probably won't use a whole lot, but I just really, really liked the color. I'm a sucker for anything mustard. So yeah, picked up those in my melt order. The other order that I made before I went away was the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism eyeshadow palette and blush palette. I was actually hoping I might have gotten this one in before I went, but alas, I did not, but that's okay. But I did pick this up yesterday when I got home, and look how pretty this is, you guys. I mean, you probably have seen a heap of reviews of this already. Mine will be coming as soon as I can. I've got so much to film and edit and get up, as you can imagine, so it'll be coming as quick as I can. But this palette is gorgeous and it feels exactly like the Eternal Eclipse palette, so I am super excited about it. But yeah, I just think this is beautiful. But anyway, I picked that up, and also the blush palette. I wasn't going to pick the blush palette up because I have so much blush. Also, look how beautiful it is, and again in theme with his Moon Prism one. But I really liked this specific shade in the blush palette because I don't have anything like this, and just overall I just really liked the shades of these blushes. I don't have anything like these, and I really thought they would be quite unique to my collection. And I love his Moon Prism palette, blush palette, so I thought YOLO, you know. Now the other order that I did before, actually I made this one while I was away because it got released I think the Tuesday I was in Vegas, is the Wayne Goss Luxury Cream Foundation and the Weightless Powder. And the Powder Puff, I just went on to Beautylation, ordered the bundle. I got shade 9, which after watching Michelle Wong's vlog where she tried this, I'm glad I got shade 9 and not shade 10, because usually I'm the exact same shade as her, and she found shade 10 too light for her. This one I'm gonna try for a little while, like a week at least, or a few times before I actually film my review, because I want to make sure that I found when I was trying to find reviews of these before, like yesterday when I was looking, I just was curious. Everyone seems to just be doing like first impressions and stuff. I could be wrong. I want to really try it out and try different ways to use it and stuff before I kind of give you guys my opinion. I don't know what tangent I was trying to go down there. This is going to be such a long video, I'm so sorry. And then the Weightless Powder, which I'm very excited to try this because Kinky Sweat did seem to really like this. This whole video is just going to be me saying, I'm very, very excited to try this product. Obviously I am, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. And then I did actually open this puff. I didn't realize actually, and one of the things I got from watching Kinky Sweat's video was that this side of this puff is to put the foundation on and this side is for the powder, so that's cool. And this does feel lovely, so I'm very excited to try that. I'm going to show you my Tom Ford haul next. Now I need to give a massive thank you and shout out to my girl at MDs Make Me Happy on Instagram. Her name is Patty, and she comments over here under her name of Patty. She sent me so like many Tom Ford lipsticks. She's an absolute legend, and thank you so much, Patty. I am beyond excited to try every single one of these. They look beautiful. But she reached out to me when she saw me in Vegas and said, can I send you something to the hotel? And it was like, look, you absolutely do not have to, but if you would like to. And she was saying that she noticed in one of my videos I was talking about how in Australia we don't get discounted Tom Ford, etc. And she was like, I've got the hookup. And she hooked me up. All of these lip products, which is insane. And I never would have bought myself any of these. Like, I'm so grateful, truly. Thank you so much, Patty. And I'm gonna link her Instagram down below, you guys, because she has the TikTok inspo, like the real inspo. She has the makeup inspo, like you should see her makeup collection, it's amazing. But she also does like a heap of looks, and if you want like everyday makeup like inspiration, she's your girl. She's amazing at it. She got me a lip liner in the shade Bait, which this is gorgeous, and it has like a brush on this side, and then I might zoom you guys in a little bit. I've just zoomed you guys in a little bit, and I'm going to keep the lights a little bit darker because usually you can see the makeup better if the lights are darker. This is the color Bait, and then this is a lip liner, and this is the shade right here. I mean, you probably can't see that, but it's like this cool kind of berry neutral pink, and I love it because I never would have picked a color like that, but it's actually a color that I'll use a hell of a lot. So very excited to try that. She also sent me this lipstick in Dorothy, and then this mini lipstick in Cristiano. And it's like, I'm not going to swatch these because I haven't touched them yet, but it's like this beautiful kind of coral peachy color, which is just divine, and then this gorgeous red. Is that not amazing? Then she also sent me Pretty Persuasive, which is this most stunning pink. And I don't actually own a pink like this at all. So again, very excited. I might do like a reel or something of me trying all of these lipsticks on. That would be fun, right? I feel like. And then this one, which I am, again, I'm so excited to try, but I'm really excited to try all of these. This is the color Modern Love, and I'm really, really keen to see what this looks like on me. Because look at this, like, look at it. Oh, that looks divine. That just looks like something I'll live in. So yes, and then also, which I don't know if she had seen me talk about this collection before or if it's just a coincidence, but if any of you have been around here for a long time, do you know how much I've been wanting the pink and black Tom Ford collection? Like, some of you might know, I have been hunting this for 2 years, or ever since it came out. I'm pretty sure it's been 2 years, definitely over a year. And she sent me, actually I don't think this is the one that she sent me. She sent me Casablanca, and then I also bought one because I found it over there. Yeah, she sent me Casablanca, which look, is that not amazing? And I also purchased, because I went to the Tom Ford store in Caesar's Palace, and actually I went in there because Shane was like, oh, you should go into the Tom Ford store and see if they have the pink and black collection that you want, because he knew that I wanted it really bad, and he knew that I'd seen it on the Tom Ford website directly in the US. And so I went in. So really it's Shane's fault that I bought so much Tom Ford. Let's blame him. But I picked up Indiana Rose, which is this one right here, and then got this one, and I was screaming because I was like, oh my God, now I have 2 of the matching ones. Like, the reason why I wanted this pink and black packaging so bad from Tom Ford is because I feel like if I was to ever have my own cosmetic brand or something like that, not that I necessarily want that, but if I was, like, this is exactly what I would want it to be. Like pink, like this color pink, which it might translate white on camera, but it's like a very soft baby pink with the black. Like, this whole aesthetic is like me in a makeup product, if that makes sense. So I was like, as soon as I saw this from Pat, I was like, did you know, like, this is amazing, thank you. So I was so grateful. And then the rest of this I purchased from the Tom Ford store in Caesar's Palace directly, which the lady in there was amazing. But I went in and I asked her if she had the pink and black packaging for the Quad in Body Heat, which is the shade that it comes in, and she did. And it was like the last one, I think. I was beyond happy, which again, I know it seems so trivial, but it's just, this packaging is literally just me in a makeup. And so this is the little black sleeve it comes in, and then here's the actual Quad itself, which I don't have this shade either, so perfect for me. And then opens up into like the Body Heat kind of Quad. Actually, 2 of these Quads I just got from Sephora Hawaii, because I got this one from Caesar's and then I got this one from Caesar's, which is the other Extreme Badass collection, and this is in this shade X1 Metal Lust, and this was the other one that I saw in the Badass collection, because I have this one right here, which is Lava Luster, which I do have a video on my channel. And actually I used this palette, some of this palette on my wedding day. This formula in this one right here, this is a new formula to Tom Ford, and I love the formula a lot. And I saw like on Beautylish they had the Menelast Tom Ford Quad, but we don't have it in Australia, at least from what I can see. And we can't get Tom Ford, like we don't have a website or anything to order off over here from what I can see anyway. And so I was just like, oh, do you have the Metal Lust? Because they didn't have it out on display. And she was like, oh yeah, we do, we have it. So I picked up Metal Lust from Tom Ford as well, and I'm excited because these are the only mattes that I have from Tom Ford as well. And I just think this is a really, really wearable kind of everyday palette. One of my newer Tom Ford quads, which you guys saw in my latest Get Ready With Me, was the Tom Ford Cream Quad, this one, which is called Rose Topaz. And I don't know if you can even tell just how much, like I've only had this like 4 weeks, and most of this was on my holiday. So I don't know if you can tell just how much I've actually used this already, but this is actually the product that I used the most on my holiday out of all my eyeshadow that I took. I took this one, I took this one, and I made a Z palette, which you'll see in my makeup Get Ready With Me, like wedding makeup Get Ready With Me tomorrow, of like all of the Natasha Denona palettes and my Busy Art palettes, but I used this one the most because it was just the most easiest and convenient to use. The looks looked beautiful. I don't know if you saw the Get Ready With Me where I used this, but that look just turned out perfection. Then I was in Hawaii when that Tom Ford Got Ready With Me. It's already up on my channel. I'll try and remember to link it down below. But I was in Hawaii when that went up on my channel, and nearly every single comment was like, oh my God, you have to get Smoky Quartz, or oh my God, you have to get Tiger Eye, or you have to get the other two, they're so good, blah, blah, blah. And I hadn't actually seen the other two in Australia, so I thought I will go and look at them in Sephora before I come back, and then felt sorry for myself because I was sick, so I bought both of them. So really it's your guys' fault, because if your comments weren't constantly like, you need this and you need this for Tiger Eye and Smoky Quartz, I wouldn't have bought them, and I'm gonna blame you for enabling me. This one is Tiger Eye, and it's a bit more warm toned. And again, it's the cream formula. And then this one is Smoky Quartz, and they kind of all look the same, but when you swatch them, they're all very, very different to each other and all kind of bring different vibes. So this one is Smoky Quartz. And then also in Caesar's Palace, I just kind of blacked out at some point in that Tom Ford store, and I purchased the new sheer highlighting duo in Reflects Gilt. So this is that new one that I'm pretty sure you've been seeing this all over YouTube. To be honest, I haven't caught up a lot on all of the videos yet that got released while I was away, so I'm not sure. And then I also picked up the Shade and Illuminate concealer from Tom Ford. And I actually used this a few times while I was away. This is the shade Bear. 0C0 Bear, I think. I used this a few times. It's really luxe, feels beautiful, way too expensive. Definitely haven't used it enough to give my thoughts on it yet. I will keep playing around with it, and I will probably do like, I'll probably do like an updated, like another concealer review video or something, because I bought quite a few concealers while I was away, so I'll probably do like reviews on all of them. But yeah, I'm excited to keep trying this. It does really remind me of the ABH concealers though. You know how a lot of people on YouTube say that the Shade and Illuminate concealer reminds them of that? I can see that for sure. So that was my Tom Ford haul. Okay, so what we have left is my Sephora haul. Yeah. This is a shoebox from Adidas that I bought. Like, I bought a pair of Adidas shoes, and it's full of makeup. And then I also have this tray full of makeup. Let's do this tray first, because I feel like this tray has like a lot of exciting stuff on it. So let's do this one first. Now the first one, which you would have already seen like a heap of reviews and everything on, but I picked up the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 palette, which was the one thing, well, this palette and the first palette were the two things that I really, really, really wanted to get my hands on, which I couldn't get my hands on the first palette. Unfortunately, it was sold out everywhere, because it's been sold out in Australia for like nearly a year now, I think. That's probably an exaggeration. It's probably been like 8 months, but you know, anyway. But I did get the first one, which I am very excited to try. And I know I have kind of seen some people say that they like the formula of this one. I don't love the packaging just from like a YouTuber's perspective, but probably from a consumer perspective, it's beautiful. But yeah, I've seen some people say they like the formula more than the first one, but I just really wanted the first one as well. I don't know why, I just have always wanted it, but it's sold out so quickly in Australia. Anyway, so I picked up that, which I'm very, very keen about. And then I also picked up the, what's it called? Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I got the shade She's Sculpted because, again, these things have been sold out in Australia for like 8 months as well. But I picked this up. I've been wanting it for a while because people seem to really love it. And I picked up She's Sculpted, which is the medium shade and not the first shade, because the undertone of the first one just didn't look quite right for me. Like, I think this might be a hair too dark, but I can be like light-handed with it and it will be fine. But the actual undertone of it looks like it'll suit me more than the She's Statuesque, I think is the first one or something like that. So anyway, I picked this one on. Another product that is all of yours fault is this one, and it is the Gucci bronzing powder. So the Gucci bronzer, because it was my I think I was like talking new makeup releases or something like that, and I was talking about how I've never tried anything from Gucci, and I think nearly every single one of you condemned me in the comments and was like, absolutely not, you must try the bronzer immediately, or a lipstick or something. So I didn't see a lipstick shade that I was super into, but I did think like I do really like the packaging of this, and I can get this in Australia, but it's just never something I would buy without being on holiday. So I figured, and also it was in store, and in Australia you can't see this in store everywhere, so I kind of justified it by that. But yeah, I haven't tried this yet. Again, very keen to. Very luxe, very pretty. I know a lot of people have talked about the smell of this. I don't know what it is. I can't smell anything. So it obviously has fragrance in it, because I know people have said they don't really like the smell of it, but I can't seem to smell anything in it. It must be my nose or something. And then this bronzer I blame on Andrea Ali, or Ali Andrea, because I watched her French versus American makeup video, and she was talking about how in France, like, they don't even basically call it bronzer, they just call it like Golan, because the Golan bronzers over there are like just the holy grail for French women. And I was like, I want to be a French woman. I'm never going to be a French woman. I'm not that sophisticated, but I did pick up this one. This is the terracotta one in the shade 1, Light Warm. And again, packaging's really cute with like the turquoise, I think you can see there. And then that's the bronzer itself. So I haven't tried this yet either, but very excited to. Actually, some of this stuff is Ulta. I think I said all of this is Sephora, some of this is Ulta. Like this one, which is all Emily from Emily's Makeup Bags fault. This is the That's Taupe Colourpop palette. Now, you know, I'm not a massive color, it's not that I'm not a massive Colourpop fan on this channel, because I am. I just have some issues with like how they just regurgitate the same makeup in different packaging over and over again, and how long their shipping takes. But I saw this in Ulta, and Emily just raves about this palette so much, and I love me a cool tone color story. And when I saw it in person, I was like, okay, yeah, I need to try this. So this is the That's Taupe eyeshadow palette, and isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? It looks gorgeous. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm very keen to. So I picked that up in Ulta. I already have one color of this, which was Kiss of Copper, but I picked up Kiss of Pink, which is the Bare Minerals bronzer. And I'm so happy that they re-bought these out, because I loved Kiss of Copper and no one talked about these, and you couldn't get them anymore. So I felt like I couldn't really mention them too much on my channel. This is Kiss of Pink, but I really love them. And now they've been brought out in their permanent packaging. I was like, yes, I'm buying another one, because they're beautiful products. I wouldn't call them a bronzer. I would just say they're a beautiful blush, but you know. I picked up a few items from Item Beauty. I haven't even opened this one, because Kaki Loves Beauty, I think it's Kaki Loves Beauty, right? She loved the concealer, and I really have been enjoying her channel a lot recently, and I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to try a few things from the brand, because she seems to like it. So this is the blush. It's verified, and it says it's like a cream blush, but I think it's probably more like a cream to powder, maybe mousse kind of feeling. Because it definitely isn't it's not a cream blush in terms of like the Makeup by Mario ones or whatever. It does feel more powdery than that. I think it's more like a cream to powder. And then I also picked up the powder from her, so, because this is Addison Rae's brand, right? It's called Powder Hour, and it's like this kind of thing. And I don't know why. I think I picked this up because I'm sure I saw someone say that they liked this, but it's like one of these kind of powders. And I actually used this a couple of times while I was in Vegas, and I really quite liked it. So I need to test it more now that I'm home, etc. But so far it's really nice. And I've been pleasantly surprised by her brand. I also picked up her concealer, so it's the Air Hug Concealer. This is in the shade 110. And so this is what it looks like, and I used this a couple of times and I really liked it as well, but I need to definitely test it way more before I give any form of opinion. I also picked up this Tower 28 Dream Team little set because I love the lip glosses, and I've always wanted to try one of the cream blushes but never wanted to like pay for it separately because I didn't think I would super love the formula. So this is in the shade, I think these are new shades. Oh no, this is Magic Hour. So I have a feeling I probably won't like this as a cream blush because it does look a bit balmy, but I'll like it as a lip tint, so that's fine. And I actually bought this, and I do have another one of this. This is the color Pistachio from them in the lip gloss, and I didn't realize I bought another one of Pistachio instead of buying Coconut, because my actual Coconut one, which is right here, is nearly run out, but that's fine. It's a beautiful color, so I will 100% go through it, even though it's duplicate. Something that I picked up, that I just kind of picked up that I can get in Australia for sure, but I actually picked it up because over there, like I said, in my video tomorrow where I've done this makeup look, I talk about how my skin was really dry in Vegas, and none of my kind of normal makeup was like working as well because it was super dry. Normally I'm oily. It's already gone back to oily. But I picked this up because I just want something really lightweight and like really hydrating on the skin. And so I just got a travel size of this, but this is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Oil-Free one in the shade 1 and 2. And I use this like nearly every day instead of using actual, in fact, apart from the day that I got married and wore my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, I wore this every single time. Oh no, I'm lying. I also wore the KVD Good Apple foundation, which we'll get to, but I wore this most days, especially for like during the day shopping and out and about, etc. But I really like this product and cannot believe it has taken me this long to even try it. I just presumed I wouldn't like it because I don't normally love tinted moisturizers, but this is a good product and it really does have the right amount of coverage. I mean, it's not going to cover like the NARS Light Reflecting or anything, but it has a good amount for a tinted moisturizer. Great finish, feels lovely on the skin. I really like it and probably will pick up the full size. Oh, I finally in Hawaii found this product. It was in nowhere else in Vegas or anything, but I finally found it. This is the Rose Inc Skin Enhanced Luminous Tinted Serum, which is what everyone has been kind of asking if this is a dupe for my Chanel Le Beige's Healthy Water Fresh tint thing. So I picked this up and I will put this to the test and I will see how much this compares to my Chanel one. A lot of people have said no. A lot of people are saying that this is more matte and not as hydrating as the Chanel one, which is what I love about the Chanel one, but I haven't even tried it or looked at it at all, so TBA. From Ulta, I picked up this Dermablend concealer in the shade 15C. I don't know why. It just said it was like extremely full coverage and I was really into it. I can't seem to open this, but yeah, 24-hour coverage, Cover Care Full Coverage Concealer from Dermablend. And I know quite a few people like that brand, so I was like, YOLO. Another brand that I was really excited to pick up their new products from that we still don't even have released in Australia to this date is One Size. So I picked up 3 of their trios. So one is the contour and bronzer trio, and then 2 were blushes. So I got Freaky Peach and Very That in the blushes. There was one other shade that I actually would have preferred over Very That, but nowhere had it, so I just got this one. But this is it's got like the cream blush, the powder blush, and then I think it's like a highlight or a blush topper. So I got 2 shades of that, and these feel luxe, you guys, like luxe and like heavy, and yeah, I don't know. I was really surprised by how much I really liked them. And then I got the light trio for the contour and bronzer, which is all powder. I would have liked if this one had a cream and then had 2 powders, because I don't think you need necessarily 3 powders really. But I do like it. I, again, like the packaging and everything, feels very luxe. Then taking a sidestep from Sephora for a minute, on my last day in Hawaii, I was well enough, I got really sick in Hawaii as a side note, and until the last day, basically could just go by the pool for like 2 hours and then I had to go back to bed. But I found a Nordstrom Rack randomly on the last day and was like, oh, let's just go have a look. And I found this, which I'm so excited about because this sold out really quickly in Australia and it was like $80 or something. Anyway, I didn't buy it at the time, but everyone raves about how amazing this palette is and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. And I found it for 35 Australian dollars. This is the NARS Climax palette, by the way, in case you were wondering. And this is nearly one of the things I'm most excited about that I bought, to be honest, because I've really been wanting this palette for so long and so many people rave about how much they love it, and now I get to try it. So yeah, this was a huge win. And then the fact that it was like less than half the price of what I would have paid in Australia, I was very happy with this find. Now we just have all of this left, so I hope you're still with me. I'll try and move through this a bit quicker. Sephora US has these awesome packs that Australia does not do, where you can pay like, so one of them I got like 4 of them, and two of each style, but like one was like 25 USD and you got all of these tester perfumes, like samples, and then you could pick the one that you liked the smell of the most and you got like a full of the travel size. So I did that and I picked the Replica Beach Walk scent. So it's just like this little kind of thing of the Replica scent, which I was like, this is awesome, because there was a heap of scents in there that I never would have tried. And then they had another set that was like 68 USD that had all of the perfume, like little samples again, and then you picked which one you liked the most and you got like a full size of it. So you paid $68 for the full size, which this one full size was like 90 something US dollars or something. And this is the Valentino Donna Born in Roma fragrance, which the bottle of this is so cool. This is like the bottle of it and I am here for it. It's so like chic and I love studs and stuff like that. I don't normally buy fragrance. I'm not a massive, I mean, I wear perfume and stuff, but I'm not like a massive fiend for it or anything. It's not something that I'm like, you know, Brit Clark like loves her fragrance. I'm not really someone that's, I don't really care. I just want it to smell good and I'm good. Like I just want to smell good and then I'm fine, but I don't get like pedantic about it. But I have run out of literally all my perfumes, so I needed one. And I was like, well, this is a perfect deal for it. I picked up the KVD Good Apple foundation. I have wanted this since it came out, but it never got released in Australia. I think there's an ingredient in it or something. This is in the shade Light 12, which is a really good shade for me. And my God, people were not actually kidding when this is full, when they say this is full coverage. I reckon this is the most full coverage foundation I've ever tried in my life. Like this is a product that when it says this is the shade right here, I don't know if you can tell, but it's a really good shade match for me. When people say that this is full coverage, like it's actually full coverage. A lot of the time I'll find that people will say things are full coverage or a company will advertise full coverage, but for me and my version of full coverage and my vision, I'm like, this is not full coverage. This shit covers, like it covers. It's so good. I really like it. I wore this quite a lot and the first time I wore this, like my husband was like, your foundation looks really good, like your skin looks really good. And for him to notice something, like he always says I look good, but like for him to actually point out specifically the product, like that means it's good. So I actually picked up a backup because we can't buy it in Australia at all, and I really did like it that much while I was using it. I need to like test it more now that I'm home and my skin's like back to combo, etc. And just kind of before I give you guys like my full in-depth thoughts, etc. But I liked it so much that I did buy a backup, and actually to the point where even my husband was like, I think you should buy a backup because it's a really good foundation on your skin. So yeah, didn't expect to like the KVD Good Apple foundation that much, to the point where I truly nearly wore this as my wedding day foundation. That's how much I liked it over there. I also bought the shade 122 in the KVD Good Apple concealer while I was over there, just because they don't have these, well, they might now, but before I left, they didn't have these in store for me to try over here, and I could finally actually swatch them in America and actually try and find the shade that's right for me, because the ones I have are too light. So I picked up 122 because I really, really like that. I also picked up from KVD two of her new liners that she just released while I was over there. Magnetite Grey and Trooper Black. So these are her new eyeliners, and I picked them up because they're like waterproof, and I put these on my hand and they were so hard to get off, like ridiculously hard to get off. And so I was like, okay, well this, I really feel like this is gonna work for me. I wanted black and gray because I don't have a gray liner, and I wanted a black one that I just isn't gonna budge in my waterline at all. So they're those. The other two eyeliners I picked up is just a replacement for my Hollywood Exagorize. I think it's Hollywood Exagorize, or just, yeah, Hollywood Exagorize from Charlotte Tilbury. You see me use this in every video. I just picked up a replacement because I thought mine was going to run out actually, but it didn't. And then I also picked up this one because I love that one so much. This is the Eye Color Magic Liner Duo in the shade, why doesn't it have the shade on here? Green Lights. And I just got this green one because it looks beautiful from her, and I'm excited to really crack into this and play around with it because it just looks absolutely beautiful, and we all know how much I love some green, right? So that's that one. Oh, I also picked up the Tower 28 SOS setting spray because my skin was really aggravated as well. I think the water in Vegas might have like aggravated my skin a bit maybe, or in America, because I had like this like rash all over my face. Like it wasn't breakouts, it was like a rash. And as soon as I got home to Australia and had a shower, it went away. So I'm not sure. But this was really calming my skin and cooling it down. This is brilliant, this spray, by the way. If you have not tried this and you have sensitive skin, highly recommend it. It's not a setting spray. I put it on like before I put my primer on, and then I would even just use it sometimes when I had like done my foundation and powder, etc., but just wanted some more hydration in my skin. But this is really good, and I saw they just released the serum of this product, and I wish that it had been released while I was over there, because I 100% would have picked it up, because this spray is so good. I picked up the Micro Smooth powder from the Sephora brand, which is like this, and I actually picked this up because Alyssa Ashley has raved about this for years, and I've just not been to the States to actually pick this up because we don't have it in Australian Sephora. And yeah, ever since I saw her raving about it, I wanted to pick it up. I picked up 2 of these, and I didn't mean to, but I picked up the wrong shade originally, and I forgot that you could return things over there. But this is the Bare Minerals Powder Concealer. So Bare Minerals Eye Brightener, Broad Spectrum SPF 20 in Well Rested. So it's just like, I don't know, their powder foundation, but in a small pot and called a concealer. And then this one's the Bare Minerals Multitasking Concealer Broad Spectrum SPF Summer Bisque. So this one was like a little bit too dark for me. This one's better, but I think I can mix them and create like a perfect shade. But I was thinking, because these were like powder concealers, maybe they'd be good for under eyes, to like create more coverage for my under eyes. So I haven't tried these enough to even, I think I tried them once over there, just enough to know that other shade was too dark. But yeah, we'll see how they go. And then I picked up, these were definitely on my list. Like I was like 100% picking these up. And actually I picked up one first, liked it so much that I picked up a second one while I was there. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler Plumping Smoothing Serum. What is it called? Line Plumping Smoothing Gloss, something like that. I got the shade Velvet, which is like this pink. And then I got the shade Clear Rosy Outlook, which is just kind of like a clear one. And they're so good. I love these. So these are the 2 shades that I got. These are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I have been loving this one. I've been wearing these like while I've been doing my makeup and stuff over there, even just to like hydrate my lips. I picked up a Tarte Shape Tape. I've tried this before. This is in 22N. I just picked up another one while I was there. And then I also picked up the One Size Concealer, because I've seen people raving about this lately. This is in like 1R, which is actually a rosy tone, but I found it to be the most neutral and like best shade for my under eyes, and this is pretty good. I actually wore this mixed with the Tarte Shape Tape and the Laura Mercier concealer. Don't even, if you wonder, I have terrible under eyes. That's why I use so many concealers. But I use those mixed together for my wedding day. But I use this quite a bit over there as well, and I really liked it so far. Again, need to keep testing before I give my final thoughts. Oh, I also picked up one of these blushes that everyone has been like raving about from Makeup by Ariel. So this is like that powder blush that he raves about. I don't know if I got the same shade that he raves about. This is So Shy. But this is really pretty, and I wore it a few times while I was away. And it's like this kind of soft peachy matte, and I really like it. I don't know if this is the one that he talks about, but I like it. I also picked up the Laura Mercier Tinted Blush in the shade Southbound, because I really like the shade of it, and I don't know, I swatched it on my hand and I really, really liked it, the feel of it. So I picked it up, and I did use it once or twice over there, so it's just here, and really enjoyed it. It's really good for those lighter coverage makeup days. But even you can, I personally use this over powder, and it went really well, and just was a really nice soft flush of color. So 2 Makeup by Mario products. I got just the clear brow gel from him. Used it a couple of times. It's pretty good. I think I like the Patrick Ta one better. And then I got another, this is my 4th. Yeah, my 4th cream blush from him. This is this shade Earthy Pink, which we don't seem to have in Australia. Like, we don't seem to actually get this shade in Australia at all. And I really like the look of it. So I picked this up because, you know, I love his cream blush formula. I also picked up the One Size Turn Up the Base Triple B cream. I have no idea. I have not tried this at all. And I have no idea if I'm gonna like it, but it's just this one here. I haven't seen too many rave reviews about it. How do you open it? Oh my God, I did not realize this opened this way. Shut up. Clever. It like has like a little pop. I did not realize that. It probably has like a, anyway, I'm not going to swatch it because it's not coming out easy, but yeah, I'm keen to try that. And then I picked up a few Say products. Again, tried one of these, loved it so much, picked up a second shade, or like a different shade. So this is the cream blushes, the Dew blushes, is that what they're called? Yeah, Dew blush. So this is the shade Peachy. And then this is the one that I picked up like first, and I just loved it. Like I used it most days. It's so pretty, and I really, surprisingly, I didn't think I was gonna like the formula, but I really, really, really liked it. And so ended up going in, so that's the shade Peachy, by the way. Ended up going into Sephora in Hawaii to see what other shades they had. And then they had this one, which is Dreamy. They did have another one. I think the other one was called Chili maybe, and it was a brand new shade, and I actually really wanted that one, but it was sold out. So I couldn't get that. But this one is gorgeous, and I don't have a cream blush like this. So this one's the shade Dreamy right here. So Dreamy and Peachy. And I don't know, I really didn't think I would like this formula. Loved it, like truly wore it so often. And I also picked up the travel size of or the mini size of the glowy gel. What's it called? Glowy super gel, which is just like the liquid highlighter. And it's not bad. Like I wouldn't say it's my favorite liquid highlighter. I don't know if you can see like the sheen there. It's very natural. So if you're wanting something that's like kind of like the LYS one, it's not like that. It's very natural, but I don't mind it. I just don't rave about it as much as I rave about these Dew brushes. They're really good. Oh, I also got another shade. You guys don't even know how lucky you are in US. Like they had all of the Bridgerton 1 and Bridgerton 2 collection from Pat McGrath over there, like all this stuff from Pat McGrath. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think we just got the Christmas collection or something like 2 weeks ago in Australia. Like we got something that released in like August last year or something from Pat in our Sephora just the other week. But I picked up another one of the Bridgerton 2 lipsticks because I really do love that formula. So this is the shade Nude Romantic 2. I'm not going to swatch it because I haven't used it yet. So, you know, got to take photos and all of that. But yeah, I got to swatch like most of the shades, which I was so excited because, you know, I would never get that in Australia to be able to swatch them, etc. So I picked up another one because I love those that I got from her. Another Pat thing that I got was her lip contour pencil in the shade, I think actually it's called Contour, right? Yeah, this is the shade 306 Contour, which so many people rave about, and it comes with like a little sharpener, and then it's supposed to be just like a perfect kind of lip liner. Oh yeah, this is a nice lip liner shade. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, so I picked that up because so many people rave about that. I also picked up the Rephr Beauty eye primer, which I have been using most times apart from my wedding day. Pretty much use this most times over there. Really actually can say I highly enjoy that eye primer. So how I was saying about the fragrance packs where you would like buy the pack and then get a free, or not a free full size, but get a full size one, I suppose it's free. They had that for mascaras, so I bought 2 packs because they had like a clean beauty mascara pack and then a normal mascara pack. And so I didn't even do it on purpose. I actually bought them thinking, oh, this is a way I can try all of these mascaras and see what I think, because I think it was like 20 or 25 US dollars, which is a great price. So one of the bundles had the Say mascara, the Milk Makeup Kush mascara, the new Cali Ray mascara, the Item Beauty mascara, and the Ilia mascara, and you got to like pick out of those 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got to pick out of those 5 which like full size you would want, and I just picked the Cali Ray just because we can't get that brand here. I hadn't tried any of them yet, so I just picked one. And then the other set I got had the Huda Beauty Legit, the Bad Gal Bang, the Rephr Beauty, the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes, and then the Lashy Doll. And I picked this one up because actually the cost of this pack to buy these was cheaper than buying just the full size of the Lashy Doll, and I wanted a full size of the Lashy Doll because this has become my all-time favorite mascara. So I actually picked that pack up because it made more economic sense for this, and then I got all these. And then I also did pick up the waterproof of the Lashy Doll because I wanted that for my wedding day. So I did that. So that's all the Sephora stuff. Now I just have a couple more pieces left that I picked up from Ulta and like 2 pieces from Walmart. So this is the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. Have never tried that, have always wanted to. And then from Walmart, I picked up the Uoma by Sharon C Flawless in Real Life Skin Perfecting Foundation. I tried this, it's like a lighter coverage of the normal Uoma foundation, so I need to play around with it a lot more, but I'm impressed so far. And then I also picked up this Milani lipstick because everyone keeps showing them on the gram, and honestly I just got FOMO. But also I really like this shade and how sheer it is, so this is definitely something I will wear. But also I really like the packaging. Isn't that pretty? And then I picked up the Neutrogena Niacinamide Color Corrector in Peach because quite a few of you, one of you at least, had recommended this to me as a color corrector. It's not bad actually, I don't mind that. And then I also picked up the Lavender Color Corrector from NYX. I don't know why, I think I just blacked out and bought it, but you know, we'll give it a go. And I also picked up 2 lip liners from NYX because I really like this one. This is the color Natural and it's the same color as my lips, and I had it for ages and expired before I could use it all. And then this one, I have not come across like a cool tony kind of purple lip liner other than Oh Snap from Colourpop, and I just wanted to kind of try different brands or like have a different one to see. I also picked up makeup erasers because you guys were saying that like these are the makeup erasers. One, these are always just handy to have around in case like for some reason, you know, your mascara didn't come off easy or whatever, but also you guys were saying they were really good for natural hairbrushes to like wipe excess shadow off and stuff, so I picked that up. And that is it, my friends. We have made it to the end. Yes, that was a ridiculous amount of makeup. Yes, I have a ridiculous amount of makeup. And I'm gonna be a busy gal filming and trying and testing all of this out to let you guys know what I think. But overall, I'm pretty happy with everything that I picked up. There was 2 things on my list that I didn't pick up. One was the Major Dimension 1 Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, and the other one was I wanted the Say Cream Bronzer, but that was out of stock everywhere as well. But other than that, I got everything that was on my list plus more, and I feel like I was quite reasonable in the sense that I really did focus on picking up things that I wouldn't easily be able to get here. And yeah, there were obviously a couple of things I picked up here that are probably easy to get here, but I was on holiday, so you know, sometimes you just go YOLO. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you want to see most. And let's wrap this up because I'm sure it was a million years long. So thank you if you're watching till this point. I absolutely appreciate it. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, etc. If you are here till this point, I truly appreciate it. It really helps my channel out. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you next time. Bye.